So how do you build a high-quality relationship with other people? Well, here's the rule. The rule is that listening builds trust. Customers want a relationship before anything else, and listening builds trust. So how do you get a chance to listen? The key to making sales is to ask questions. And the very best salespeople are simply those who ask really good questions. Now, the second part of listening is to pause before replying. Is when the person stops talking, pause. Allow silence in the room. You see, we say that selling takes place with the words, but buying takes place in the silence. If the customer does not have enough time to process, then what happens is they don't have enough time to buy. So when they finish speaking, pause and let them think, and maybe they'll want to continue, or maybe they're finished talking. But when you pause, you tell the person that what you said is very important, and I'm thinking about it before I respond. If a person says 1, 2, 3, and you say 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D, yeah. If you respond immediately after a person has finished speaking, what are you actually saying? Is I don't care about anything you said. I was just waiting for a chance for me to speak. But when you pause, you tell the person that you really care about what they're saying. Step number 3 in listening is to feed it back in your own words. Is to question for clarification. Never assume that you know what the customer really means. The most powerful words in sales in every language are the words, how do you mean? Or how do you mean exactly? I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, or I want this, or I want that. Well, how do you mean exactly? It costs too much, or I can't afford it. How do you mean? Whenever you ask the question, how do you mean, the customer will expand and give you more information. And then you can say, well, how do you mean exactly? Every time you ask the question, the customer will tell you more information. They'll express themselves. They'll give you more information that you need to make a sale. And each time you ask a question, you get a chance to listen, and listening builds trust. The 4th key is to feed it back in your own words. Don't just jump in with an answer. Say, well, let me be sure I understand what you're saying. This is what you're doing now, and this is what you're trying to do in the future, and this is your concern or your question. Is that right? And they'll say, yes, and this is proof that you were really listening. And people are immensely flattered when you can feed it back in your own words. So those are the 4 keys. Listen intently, pause before replying, question for clarification, and then feed it back in your own words before you